Good morning, all of you. Sorry for delay. Okay, I hope, most of all you are present here. So, welcome you all. One request before we start the class, that once the class signed up, I'll send you the link for the class attendance. So, do fill up, please, because I have to send the data as early as possible. Okay, so beginning with our new topic, that's the basic geometry concept we are going to take it. That's about lines and angles. Okay, the practical application of this concept you can see all around you. Okay, maybe a tiny mobile gadget, the shape, the size, or we talk about your windows, your grills, your doors, and all the building construction where you talk about the lines and the angles, the points, right? All these points are all these examples are connected with this. If I talk about nature, have you ever observed the plants, right? You say that plants just grow haphazardly, but if you observe the patterns of the petals or the sepals, right, you will see or you will observe that a particular plant, when it grows, it has particular angle of maybe its development of the nodes and internodes, maybe development of new branches. The patterns, the shapes, they follow particular angles. Okay, this is very maybe amazing for you or a different thing you have heard of, but to observe it, it's a beautiful concept, right? When you talk about the plant, do observe that do plants follow geometry. You will surprised to see that yes, they follow it. Okay, so we begin here with our basic concept, whatever we learned it in till from your basics. Okay, we are going to discuss those points, right? So beginning with it, I'll go with the first concept, lines. Okay, very simple concept, but again, it tries your basics and do not miss out anything because based on this, you will be learning further about it. So when you talk about it, class 5 and 6 concept, first you learned about a simple concept of point. Okay, then you learned about 2 points, and you could draw a line through it, right? When you draw more than 3 points, okay, I could draw say 3 points I have taken, or say here this is point A, point B, point C, and point D. I've taken 4 points. Okay, I could take it 3 points like this also, say point A, B, C. I could take 3 points like this also, A, B, C. Now, what is the difference between the position of points A, B, C here and here? Okay, what is the difference here? If you could see here, you can say that they are different. I cannot draw a line passing through all 3 points, right? So when we differentiate between these two, we call these as collinear points. Remember your concept? Collinear means lying on the same line. When all the points are on the same line, we call them as collinear point. And when they are not on the same line, we call them as non-collinear points. This definition is applicable for more than 3 or more than 3 points, right? When we talk about 2 points, you could draw always a straight line passing through it, right? That is, we can say the 2 lines, 2 points determine a line. When I talk about a point, okay, how many lines you could draw through it? What will you say? Yes, you could say that infinite line could be drawn through a point. But could you draw infinite from these 2 points using both the points? That's not possible. So we could draw only one line passing through one. We could draw only one line passing through 2 different points. When you are given with 1 point, infinite lines could be drawn. When you are given with 2 points, and you could draw one and only one line through it. Please remember this. When you are given 3 points, then there are two possibilities. One, either all 3 points on the same line, then we call those points as collinear points, And if we are not on the same people, we can call them as non-collinear points. And these non-collinear points, if you join any two of them at a time, it will give you a triangle. Fine, and so on. Moving on with 4 points. If you take 4 points and many more, but if you take non-collinear points, only 2 points will pass through a line. Right? If you take all non-collinear points, then they could not pass through. Like all the points cannot pass through one line only. You can draw maximum, like 2 points passing through one line. Okay, so that means that you require at least 2 points to draw a line. So remember this concept quickly. 1 point in finite lines, 2 points, only one line. 3 points, if they are on the same line, we call them as collinear points, right? And if they are non-collinear, what will they give you? A triangle. Fine? Now moving towards a line, a concept of line. I know these all are learnt by you, but again, terminology is a big confusion for you. And, you need to remember it because one more question, MCQs, it would help you to scoring that. Now, what is it? When two-side arrow, we call it as line. A part of line. Suppose I cut the line from here. I had a line here. I cut it. When I cut it from one side, so one side point and one side arrow, we call it a ray. Right? You use this in your science diagrams, the way of light, we say, because we know the points also, like sun. For example, if I connect it with science, we say ray of light, isn't it? So we know the point, though it's coming from very, very, very long distance, but you know that it's a source, is a point, sun. And from there it goes on extending till Earth. So that's the correct example of the array, a point, and then it goes on extended. Fine? When you name a line you name it with 2 letters, with a capital letter, say AB or XY, by considering any 2 points on that. Okay? Or it could be denoted with small letter, single letter. When it is denoted with small letter, it could be with single letter. I could name this as line L or line M or line P, like that. Okay? When we talk about naming of ray, then it is always with a point, and then suppose I name this as P and I name it as X, then you will name it as PX. You can't name it as XP. Okay? It is not ray XP. If somebody tell you to draw ray XP, then you have to name this as X and this is P. It's always the pointed part first. So what is the name of this ray? PX. I hope this is their first point part and then extended point part. Okay? And when I take a part of it, I have drawn the line. Okay, I've taken a part of it. Both the points, it's ending. What is it called? Which we are going to use with maximum with the segment. And segment could be named like this: AB, which is segment AB, segment BA, whatever it is. Or this is the 2 letters. Okay, with the capital letters, you will only line can be denoted with small letter. Fine. So we call it as a line segment or only a segment. It is understood to you, which we are going to use it maximum. I hope this is clear to you, right? Now, one important thing which you make mistake in speaking. When we say, I'll say, okay, draw a line. Okay, you will draw a line. When I say I'll draw a line of 5 centimeters, this is a common mistake. What I'm speaking, this is a common mistake happens. Draw a line of 5 centimeters. You speak like this is the common language, but it is absolutely wrong. Just now we say, why do we put arrows? Arrows means it goes on extending. इसको बढ़ा सकते हो. Length, it goes on increasing. When I say it goes on increasing, how can I fix up the length? So line does not have any length. Line does not have any length. मतलब कि line को आप measure ही नहीं कर सकते. So if I have to draw a 5 centimeter or something, then I could say it is possible with line segment. So whenever you talk about length, it is always line segment. So you will say draw a line segment of 5 centimeters. I hope this is clear to you, right? So we move on further. These are all basic concepts, so I will give you in the notes form. I hope you pay attention right now and understand and just recall all these things which you have already learned in your low classes. Okay. Now I move on to lines only. We'll be discussing angles later. We are talking about more than one line. And you know, as soon as they come with more than one line, how will you do it? So you will say that, okay, I did like this. Okay, I could draw like this. Is there any other way to draw it? So somebody will tell me this. Come on, draw like this. Isn't it? You could draw like this. But mind it, this and this will be similar. Okay, this one same. Whether I take two lines this way, straight, any direction, in any direction, what are they doing? They're not meeting each other. And when they do not meet each other, we call them as, remember, parallel lines, right? And when they meet each other at one point, somebody tells me, "Ma'am, I will draw with 90 degrees." But that is also meeting at one point. The point is they are meeting at one point. Maybe I could draw like this. Maybe like this. In all these cases, whether this or this or this, in all these cases, they are meeting at one point. And whenever they meet at one point, we call them as intersecting lines. This is clear to all of you? Yes. Very basic, very simple concept of parallel lines and intersecting lines. So if somebody asks you that how will you draw any two lines, you have only two options for your class 9 concept, that either parallel lines or intersecting lines. If they are not parallel, they are intersecting. They are like opposite of each other. You can say, right? This is clear to you. Just quickly have a recap of lines. There are many more about this, but to learn more about this, we need the angles also. So I have to go for the basic concept of angles. So just take a recap, just take a gist of it, what I told you. So moving on further, okay, we go with the concept of angles. Now, as you know, just now I said about intersecting lines. When I talk about intersecting, so when I intersect like this, what you would see? You could see something like this. So what is the correct definition actually? When we draw two rays, starting from a point, that is starting from the initial point, इसको starting का मतलब initial हो जाता है, from a point, okay? Then what you get? This figure, what you get is nothing but angle, isn't it? And this is angle, this is angle, this is angle. Okay. So would you like to say this angle and this angle? Okay, what is the difference between two? It would be the same. And how do you measure the angle with? With the degree. It's not with the length. So many times it happens, you know, when we go in the low classes, children see like this. I'll say, okay, draw a small angle. So you draw like this. Then I'll say, draw a big angle. This was one small and this was big. Okay, so length of the arm, whether it is smaller or bigger, it does not decide the measure of the angle. Okay, actually, what we say when we talk about angle, okay, when we talk about angle, we start like this, that this is the initial ray. If I go with your physics definition, okay, when we talk about the physics definition, this is the arm, okay, it is in the original definition. And suppose you talk about, clock, okay, it starts moving. The hands are moving. So they move it in the same direction. Okay, there are some anti-clockwise movement, clockwise movement. You don't have to bother about the direction of angle. I have not spoken anything but direction of angle. Okay, because we in class 9th and 10th, you don't discuss anything related to direction of angle. We just draw the angle. And what I said about drawing the angle, that drawing the angle means you have the initial and the final position of two arms or two rays. When you join two rays or when you draw two rays from a point, you get an angle. That's enough for you to understand, right? So I hope what is the angle according to you. Nobody's going to ask you, but you should know it, Gaurav. Like two rays joined from a point. Okay, we get the angle. It could be this. It could be any way you draw it. This is also the angle. Okay. So when we talk about angles, when you draw any figure, it divides the whole surface. Okay, अब थोड़ा सा bigger उस पे जाते हैं. When you talk about when we talk about planets, when we talk about stars, what we say universe, right? Space. So in space there are infinite spaces there. मतलब कि space itself is like infinite, right? तो हमारे लिए जो space है, we count it right now. The spaces for me is a board. It's a flat surface. And this flat surface, because it's a 2D figure, I say flat surface, and flat surface means I call it as a plane. बहुत एक सिंपल कॉन्सेप्ट है, कुछ ज्यादा हाई फाई नहीं जाएंगे हम, जस्ट फेस. तो ये जो प्लेन होता है हमारा, प्लेन मींस राइट नाउ द सरफेस. आप सपोज नोटबुक पे ड्रॉ करते हो, देन यू कॉल इट एज अ लाइक इट इज योर ड्रॉइंग पेज itself becomes a plane for you. जैसे ही आप कुछ फिगर ड्रॉ करते हो, it divides the whole surface in two parts at least. Okay, what is that? When I draw the angle, okay, I take this a figure. Okay, then when I describe this, okay, and how to name this, you all know it before I go further. This is the angle. Angle का है angle B. B पे angle है ना, A पे angle है ना, C पे angle है. And you either write down with this notation instead of writing this angle B, or its three-letter naming is angle ABC, or it is C. This whole thing means the same angle B. So the main होगा वो हमेशा center में होगा. You can name it with two-letter also. You can name it with three-letter also. But in higher classes, you are expected to go with three-letter naming, right? Right. So now what I was saying, when you draw a figure, what about this part? This comes inside the angle. This space comes inside the angle, and that's why we call it as interior of angle. मतलब कि एंगल के अंदर है, और ये बाकी की सारी स्पेस देखोगे तो ये क्या होगी, आउटर साइड ऑफ द एंगल, एंड सो ये इज एक्सटीरियर ऑफ द एंगल. ये हर फिगर के साथ होगा जब आप ड्रॉ करते हो. यू द इंटीरियर, द प्लेन इज डिवाइडेड इनटू इंटीरियर एंड एक्सटीरियर. एंड इफ आई टॉक अबाउट व्हाट अबाउट दिस पॉइंट, इफ आई ड्रॉ अ पॉइंट एक्स हियर, और आपको जब ड्रॉ करना है फिगर, so you should understand the question. Okay, I hope there is some network connection, so have patience and watch it carefully. If required, you can watch it again. Okay, so I hope this is clear to all of you. Inside वो क्या कहेंगे, interior of the angle, on the angle and exterior of the angle. Is that clear to you? Angle को हम कैसे naming करेंगे, with three letters. Okay, now going further about angles. Okay, क्योंकि बिना angle के हम line से connected नहीं हो पाएंगे. So first we will go through the types of angles. So measurement, as I told you that we measure the angle in terms of degree, right? Degree आपको पता है. You know that the protractor is the instrument which helps you to measure the angle, right? Protractor पे angle, अब सबसे बड़ा confusion जो मैंने देखा है, even in class 10th also, that when we talk about measurement, it's quite confusing. What do you have to do? You have to just see the direction of angle. हम direction मतलब we are not dealing with your class 11 standard concept, those who go with X classes. So when we talk about direction of angle, मतलब कि simple है उसका, जैसा कि इसको मैं funny way बोलती हूँ, how it opens its mouth, doesn't it? तो ये किस तरफ खुल रहा है? इस तरफ खुल रहा है, मतलब your right side of it or left side of it. बस आपको सिर्फ दो चीजें देखनी है. राइट साइड खुल रहा है कि लेफ्ट साइड खुल रहा है। और प्रोट्रैक्टर पे भी आप हमेशा यदि ऑब्जर्व किया है तो यहाँ पे भी जीरो होता है, यहाँ पे भी जीरो होता है, isn't it? यहाँ से रीडिंग ऐसे जाते हैं और यहाँ से रीडिंग ऐसे जाते हैं। तो ये जो है आपको ऑब्जर्व करना है कि आप किस तरफ है, दिस इज योर बेस लाइन। तो जिस लाइन पे आप रखते हैं और उस पॉइंट से हम यहाँ पे उसका सेंटर पोजीशन रखते हैं, तो नेचुरली आप ये वाले जीरो एक साथ करेंगे और या तो फिर इस तरफ वाले से करेंगे। तो दैट यू हैव टू जस्ट चेक, बहुत सिंपल कॉन्सेप्ट है, बट यू बी you know confident and check it. थोड़ा सा अलर्ट रहेंगे तो आप ऐसे मेजर कर सकते हैं। And yes, Anushka, what you're saying is interior. Yes, we measure the degree, that means the interior part only. Okay, but this measure, when we say degree of the angle or the measure of the angle, it makes how much angle it is making. Okay, maybe the interior we are not measuring, because if I draw the small arms, the interior maybe is the smaller, right? So degree measures means exactly how much angle it's made. Okay, from this position to this position. It's not exactly equal to interior, exactly. Because interior part also depends on the arms of the angle also. Fine. Going with your level, I won't much go further. And depending on the measure of the angle, you have learned this in class 6. We divide the angle into different types, right? You know that exactly 90-degree angle, what you call it as right angle. Less than 90 degrees, you call it as acute angle. More than 90 but less than 180. Remember? So suppose this has an angle of 120 degrees, like this. थोड़ा सा spread वाला आपका आता है, तब आप कैसे कहोगे? Obtuse angle, right? और ये आपका exactly line हो गया, ऐसे लिखने जाओ तो दो opposite rays हो गए, isn't it? ये वाला रे है और ये वाला रे है, तो opposite rays को कहेंगे। एंड ये जो एंगल है, पूरी जो लाइन बनाता है, मींस द मेजर ऑफ द एंगल इज 180 डिग्री, सो वी कॉल इट एज अ स्ट्रेट एंगल। ओके, स्ट्रेट एंगल। अब उससे भी बड़ा एंगल, as Aditya was asking, direction is also important, but we won't much bother about the direction here right now because we are not dealing with that. But yes, you know this concept. Suppose मैं कह रही हूँ कि एंगल ये वाला मेजर करना है, जब भी मैं एंगल बनाती हूँ तो it comes here also as well as here also. Okay, बट जब मैं कह रही हूँ कि हमें ये वाला मेजर करना है, तो नेचुरली इट इज क्वाइट बिग। और ये जो 180 डिग्री मतलब 180 डिग्री से भी बड़ा है, तो यहाँ पे आप इसको कहेंगे रिफ्लेक्स एंगल। रिमेंबर, रिफ्लेक्स एंगल बिटवीन T and 360 डिग्री, राइट? तो इस एंगल को हम कहेंगे रिफ्लेक्स एंगल। एंड सपोज आई ड्रॉ लाइक दिस, तो आपको कुछ नहीं है, कोई एंगल ही नहीं होगा। बट इफ आई से ये शुरू हुआ, फिर ये यहाँ गया, फिर ये यहाँ गया, फिर से यहाँ आ गया, यानी कि पूरा एक सर्कल कंप्लीट कर लिया इसने। एंड इसलिए हम इसको क्या कहते हैं? कंप्लीट एंगल। तो ये कंप्लीट एंगल कितने का बनेगा? सी 180 डिग्री, फिर से यहाँ पे आने के लिए 180 डिग्री, तो टोटल कितना होगा? सो कंप्लीट एंगल मींस इट इज 360 डिग्री। रिमेंबर दिस reflects and so don't confuse Aditya, wait for this concept. Okay, so 180 degree and 270 degree के बीच में अपना आपका जो एंगल है, okay, these are all reflex angles between 180 and 360 degree. Fine, so we go further with more on the angles. उसमें सिर्फ दो कॉन्सेप्ट है, ठीक है? ये बहुत सारे more on the angles, उसमें सिर्फ दो कॉन्सेप्ट है, ठीक है? ये बहुत सारी छोटी छोटी चीजें हैं यहाँ पे। Okay, so pay attention, and Aditya and Anushka, please don't die with the class right now. Okay, so try to understand. जो कॉन्सेप्ट है मैं सारे लोअर क्लासेस के कॉन्सेप्ट ले रही हूँ, मैं यहाँ पे कोई भी नया कॉन्सेप्ट नहीं पढ़ा रही हूँ फिलहाल, आप देखोगे तो। So please just pay attention. Learn for very long. It is called complementary angles. आपके क्वेश्चंस इसके ऊपर होंगे, हाँ? So please pay attention. And the other type is said as supplementary angles. ओके, और इस कॉम्प्लीमेंट्री और सप्लीमेंट्री के साथ साथ एक ऊपर वाला देखना है, which is called as, okay, which is called as complementary, supplementary, and the main हमें जो सीखना है वो है adjacent angle. Okay, so this adjacent angles we are going to discuss further. I told you there is some network issue, शायद हो तो आप ये पार्ट फिर से अब देख लेना, fine. Because there are some network issues going on, but I couldn't cancel the class for that, right? I can understand there may be some issue, but I don't know what is that. I'm not able to sort it out because from my side it's quite clear. So I just request you that you manage it and you can watch it again. That's why we are taking YouTube Live instead of taking Google Meet. Fine. So pay attention and try to understand it. Okay. Now, complementary, supplementary, and adjacent angles. I would like to discuss one point. I'll try to go in reverse direction first. I'll tell you with adjacent angles. Okay. And complementary, supplementary, all together we are going to work, but just understand what I'm saying here. Okay. And Aditya, please, if you have any confusion, you discuss with me later. Okay. Because I know what is to be taught and how is to be taught, where to focus, because jahan aapka focus zaruri nahi hai, not go on repeating the things. And if you want to learn all, you need to pay attention to the concept. जब मैं आपको कहूंगी कि आप दो एंगल्स ड्रॉ करिए, okay, you have to draw two angles. How will you draw it? Okay, तो कैसे draw कर सकते हैं? Right now I am only sure because you're not virtually present with me. तो या तो आप ये एक एंगल और ये दूसरा एंगल हो गया, right? Or I could draw like this. तो ये मेरा एंगल 1 हो गया और ये मेरा एंगल 2 हो गया. ऐसे भी हो सकता है, isn't it? It can be separately. It could be together with joint, with their initial point as the same. तो ये भी सही हुआ, ये भी सही हुआ because दो एंगल्स बनाने को कहे थे. Okay. अब जब दो एंगल्स आप बनाते हो, जब आप दो एंगल्स बनाते हो, it could be this way or it could be this way. It could be separate also. और जब इन दोनों एंगल का टोटल, suppose I say this angle I have drawn is of 30 degree and this angle I have drawn of 60 degree. इन दोनों टोटल को मैं ऐड करूं तो टोटल यहाँ पे क्या आ रहा है मेरा 90 डिग्री. तो जब दो एंगल का सम 90 डिग्री होता है तो उसको हम कहेंगे कॉम्प्लीमेंट्री एंगल्स. टोटल कितना होगा इसका 90 डिग्री. फाइन. I hope this is clear to you. Yes. जब दो एंगल्स या तो वो जॉइंट भी हो सकते हैं या वो अलग अलग भी हो सकते हैं. If we draw two angles and if their sum, then उसका टोटल यदि 90 डिग्री होता है तो उसको हम कहेंगे complementary angles. It could be like this also. तो सपोज यहाँ पे मैंने ये ड्रॉ कर लिया है, so this is 30 डिग्री और ये 60 डिग्री यहाँ पे. Then also you could see yes, total is 90 degree. So these two angles, they name it as say x, y, z. Then I could say angle x, O1 and angle y, OZ are complementary angles. It could be separate, it could be joint. Fine, simple concept. So if I say one angle is, say suppose x, तो आप इसको कितना कहोगे? Okay, one angle is x. ये 30 है तो ये 60 है, ये 40 है तो ये 50 है, ये 20 है तो ये 70 है. Right? Total has to be 90. So if I say this is x, how much would be this angle? 90 minus x. So please make the habit that you write it in form of x also with unknown also. Okay? Because you know the sum has to be 90. पर ये आपको इक्वेशन बनाने में भी हेल्प करता है. So these are the basic concepts. But अब इसका यूज ज्योमेट्री के साथ साथ आपके अलजेब्रा में भी होगा. So be very careful what we talk. Okay? So if any angle is x, its complement will be 90 minus x. Okay. Could you tell me, listen to my question, could you tell me the angle which is equal to its complement? Is there any angle which could be equal to its complement? Is it possible? Are you with me? Are you able to understand me what I'm asking? Yes, you are right, Anushka. 45 degree. If I draw the angle of 45 degree, okay, तो इसका जो complement होगा वो भी 45 degree का होगा, because 45 and 45 will give you 90 degree. So the angle, okay, listen, the angle which is equal to its complement, the angle which is equal to its complement is 45 degree. एक मात्रा में. Fine? Is it clear? So the angle which is equal to its complement is 45 degree. Fine? Did you understand the complementary part? ठीक है, मैंने adjacent वाला बाकी रखा है इन होगा. अब मैं बनाती हूँ same way with same concept, similar concept. When I draw two angles and I say one angle is of 45 degree, the other angle of 135 degree. एक एंगल मैंने लिया है 60 डिग्री, दूसरा मैंने लिया है 120 डिग्री. एक एंगल मैंने लिया है 80 डिग्री, दूसरा एंगल मैंने लिया है 100 डिग्री. Would you tell me what are supplementary angles? स्ट्राइक हो रहा है. सप्लीमेंट्री एंगल क्या है? 135 and 45. टोटल कितना हो रहा है? Yes, 180 degree. 60 degree and 120 degree. Total कितना हो रहा है? 180 degree. 80 degree and 100 degree. Total कितना हो रहा है? 180 degree. And when the two angles either separately or like this मतलब यहाँ जब मैं joint वाले एंगल बनाऊंगी तो कैसे बनाऊंगी? Okay, maybe say this is 150 degree and maybe say this is 30 degree. But anyway, टोटल कितना हो गया? ये एंगल का और ये एंगल का 180 डिग्री. और जब दो एंगल का टोटल 180 डिग्री होता है तो उसको हम क्या कहते हैं? सप्लीमेंट्री एंगल्स. फाइन. Two angles when the total or when the sum of the two angles is 180 degree, two angles are said to be supplementary angles. Is that clear to you? Clear है सबको? Complement 90, supplement 180. Same with the same logic. Suppose ये angle x का है तो ये कितना होगा आपका 180 minus x. और इसमें भी कोई ऐसा एंगल है जो अपने सप्लीमेंट से इक्वल होता है? Just think on that. And I'm moving on to adjacent. Do you have any pair of angles which are supplement to each other and they are equal to each other also? Yes, correct. 90 degree, 90 and 90, 180 degree, right? So 90 degree is the only angle which is equal to its supplement. बाकी कहीं पे भी ये नहीं होगा. Fine. And the last concept, and we wind up the classes adjacent angle. So then you will revise all these concepts without them. So these two are connected. So I will quickly move on to that. What are adjacent angle? तो सिंपल भाषा में जो अभी मैंने बनाए थे जॉइंट वाले फिगर, ओके, these सपोज ये नेमिंग कर दूं मैं P Q R, ओके, और यहाँ पे नेमिंग कर देती हूँ O. So could you see this kind of figure? I can draw more also on this. Okay, I can draw more rays also. Okay, so here also I get say P Q R S. Okay, 1, 2, 3. I've drawn 3 different angles. There could be many more, but I'm showing you like this. I know there are many more. Now, look at this. How will you describe? I'm talking about angle P O Q and angle Q O R. ठीक है? आपको दिख रहे हैं? मैंने जब ऐसे बनाया तो इसमें कितने एंगल्स दिख रहे हैं? तो एक तो एंगल POQ दिख रहा है, एक एंगल QOR दिख रहा है और पूरा बड़ा वाला देखें, पूरा बड़ा वाला देखें तो हमें कौन सा दिख रहा है? एंगल POR. बट राइट नाउ मैं POR की बात नहीं करूँ, जो दो छोटे एंगल्स हैं उसकी बात करूँ. तो ये जो दो छोटे एंगल्स हैं, ठीक है, जब आपने इस टाइप का फिगर बनाया, ओके, आई होप यू कुड सी दिस प्रॉपर्ली. अभी ओके, सो ये जब दो एंगल्स हैं, तो ये दो एंगल्स मतलब कैसे? लिसन टू द डेफिनेशन. व्हेन टू एंगल्स हैव कॉमन इनिशियल पॉइंट, कॉमन आर्म, एक पॉइंट भी स्टार्टिंग वाला सेम है, सबका ओरिजिन सेम है. आप देखो स्टार्ट कॉमन आर्म, बट ये बट पे मेन है, वो क्या मेन है वो हमें देखना है. So I draw the figure again for you so that you understand. जो मैंने P बनाया है O है मेरा, यहाँ पे Q बनाया है और यहाँ पे R बनाया है. और मैंने तीसरा आपको एंगल बताया है POR है। ओके, तो मैंने कहा हम ये दो छोटे वाले देखेंगे, तो मैंने अभी आपको क्या बताया, 2 पॉइंट्स ही बताया मैंने। स्टार्टिंग विद द सेम पॉइंट, इनिशियल पॉइंट बात करोगे, ये मैम POQ और QR भी है, और PR भी है, बट हम PR क्यों नहीं ले रहे हैं। ओके, दे हैव कॉमन आर्म, तो POQ और QR में आप देखोगे ये जो आर्म है ये कॉमन है। यस, तो आपको क्या मैम PR में देख तो POQ लूं या POR लूं, तो PO भी कॉमन है, राइट। बट जो तीसरी टाइप है वो आपको डिस्क्राइब करेगी क्या है जिस एंगल, एंड द थर्ड पॉइंट से देयर इंटीरियर शुड बी डिसजॉइंट। जो इंटीरियर है वो क्या होना चाहिए, अलग अलग होना चाहिए, वो कॉमन नहीं होना चाहिए, वो मिलना नहीं चाहिए वो। तो ये जो एंगल आपका POQ है उसका इंटीरियर क्या है, ये है, और QR का इंटीरियर कहाँ है, ये है। आते हैं वो सेपरेट, अलग है, और इसीलिए जो ये एंगल्स है POQ एंड एंगल QOR, इन दो एंगल्स को हम क्या कहेंगे, एडजेसेंट एंगल। और इसीलिए मैंने बड़ा वाला एंगल मना किया, क्यों, क्योंकि वो ये दो कंडीशन सेटिस्फाई कर रहा है कि उसका कॉमन वर्टेक्स है, राइट, पॉइंट है आपका, इनिशियल पॉइंट कॉमन है, कॉमन वर्टेक्स है, कॉमन आर्म है, दो तो कर रहा है। बट इंटीरियर देखोगे, PR का इंटीरियर क्या है, ये पूरा आ गया, तो कॉमन हो गया ना। पर हमारा थर्ड पॉइंट आपको क्या कहता है, द थर्ड डेफिनेशन आपको क्या कहता है, I mean the definition, the third point क्या कह रहा है, the interiors should be disjoint, मतलब अलग अलग होना चाहिए। I hope this is clear to all of you. So when we talk about definition of adjacent angles, it has 3 points in it. What does it say? Two angles are said to be adjacent angles if, point 1, they should have common vertex, okay, or common origin, first. Second, common arm. Third, their interiors should be disjoint. I hope this is clear to all of you. So this is the definition of adjacent angles. And these adjacent angles could be complementary also. This adjacent could be supplementary also. That we will see further in next class. So till now, what I say, we are talking about these 3 different types of angles, the basics of lines. I will send you the notes by Sunday, but before that you are supposed to complete your previous assignment of chapter 3 and 4. You have to pass it to Google class only. Don't pass it on WhatsApp, please. Okay, and fill up the attendance as soon as I send you, because I have to send it to the school. Okay, thank you children, have a nice day. I'll clear your doubts in the next class, please. Anushka.